What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? Big shout out to Boxing United. If you're looking for a good Google Plus community where you can express your opinions and not have to be criticized or accused of any ridiculous accusations, please check out Boxing United on Google Plus. Unlike Canelo Alvarez, we actually don't fuck around. Also, big shout out to hashtag Come Back to Boxing. Big shout out to my brother, Jay Cotto. He's going on a little hiatus. Brother, just enjoy your time. Just recharge. Get back in the groove of things. Use the time wisely. We're looking forward to seeing you back here on YouTube. We need channels like you speaking the truth. And finally, big shout out to Lou Da Vinci. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lou Da Vinci is actually Triple G Granddaddy Grenadine Gloves Skin. He changed his name. And the reason why I'm giving him a big old shout out is because a couple days ago, he actually made a video saying that he was done with making videos on YouTube. And then he came out either late last night or early this morning saying that he decided to stick around because of the positive feedback that he got. He just wasn't expecting to see a lot of people who actually support him and, being a little bit distraught and sad to see him go. So he decided he's going to stick around. Now, this video is actually not going to be a boxing video per se. This is really going to be a message to not only Lou Da Vinci, but anybody who is thinking about starting a new YouTube channel in the boxing community, or maybe just in general, or people who've already started the channel, they're just getting started, don't really have a whole lot of subscribers. I just want to send a little bit of a message to y'all. Now, I've been on YouTube making videos for about a year and a half. And in that year and a half, I've definitely made my share of mistakes. I've definitely, done things that I wish I had done a little bit differently up to this point. But just like in life, the mistakes that you make are a learning experience. And I just want to help you all out with my take on a couple different things that I think will help you if you're a new channel starting up, or if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel. So the first thing I want to talk about is subscribers. Yes, getting subscribers is a very, very exciting thing. Every time you go onto your channel and you see that sub number is higher than the last time you were on YouTube, it's a good feeling. However, do not let that be your motivation. The one thing that you have to understand about subscribers are subscribers come and go. And not saying that you shouldn't value your subscribers, but there's a lot of subscribers who just go with the current. They just, they're really impressed by garbage, to be honest. So, you might look at some of these other channels that have, tens of thousands of subscribers, and not saying that those channels are garbage, but a lot of times you'll find that the people who are subscribed to them aren't even really boxing fans. They just want somebody to tell them what they want to hear. So when you're on YouTube, and this doesn't go just for boxing, but this goes for just about any type of video that you could upload on YouTube, there's a huge number of people that just want sweet sounds to be whispered into their ears. They want you to sugarcoat everything. So for those of us who do things raw, uncut, and in full HD, they're going to subscribe and then possibly unsubscribe once you say something that they don't like. once you take a stance on something that is your opinion that opposes theirs. Now, of course, there are some people who are reasonable, who understand that it's an opinion, that it's not something to condemn you over. And those are the subscribers that you really want to value. All right. But yes, subscriber counts are always awesome if they're going up, and it's a good feeling. The other thing I want to say is try to just be yourself and have fun, because what you have to realize is if you try to imitate another channel, that channel already exists. And yeah, you might find some people who are just looking for more of the same, but you're really going to build your subscriber base more by creating a niche, something that people don't really have right now, because the demand for that other type of channel has already been met. You need to create a new demand, and it's not an easy thing because YouTube has been around for what, like 11 years or something like that. In that amount of time, it seems that everything has been done. So you can't really be 100% original, but what you can do is you can take something and put your own spin on it and make it your own. You know, for instance, Jay Cotto, he does these little commercials that are about, 15 to 25 seconds, and he does multiples of them in any given late night boxing talk video. And it's good for those types of videos because those videos are long. They tend to be around half an hour, and it's good to break up the straight up boxing talk with a little bit of comedy. Now, what I've done is I kind of done the same thing, except I don't do late night boxing talks. I don't do videos typically that are around half an hour. I usually range from about 10 to 20 minutes, usually around 10 to 15, actually. So what I like to do is I like to take it a step further and make an actual fake commercial and put at the beginning of my video. And that little ad, or whatever you want to call it, is really meant to be a satire on the main subject matter of the actual video. So I've kind of taken it a step further, and there's nothing, not saying that mine are better than Jay Cotto's, it's just different. I use mine for a different purpose than he uses his, and it works, it seems to work for me. Everybody is telling me that they like them, and I enjoy making them. And to be honest, those intros, mine are usually about 40 seconds to a minute long. That takes a lot longer to edit than my main video, the meat and potatoes of the video. So that being said, that's just an example of what I mean by being original. You can't really be 100% original at this point. You just kind of have to take something and make it your own. So, now back to having fun. You definitely want to enjoy what you're doing. All right. You have to find a way, and I've been guilty of sounding monotonous in the past, but you have to find a way to sound excited and to actually have fun. That's why you got to joke around and everything. And when you find your niche and you're doing it and you're having a good time, the viewer can see that, just like they could see that you're not having a good time. And if you're coming off as very monotonous, or that you didn't even want to make this video in the first place, they can see that, and it's going to turn them off. But if you can engage them in a way that is going to make them say, you know what, I want to see more from this channel, that's going to compel them to press that subscribe button and hit the bell, because they want to see what you have to say in the future. So, and I want to elaborate just a little bit more on finding your niche, 'cause I know I keep on going back to that, but I keep on thinking of other things that need to be said about that. The other thing is, you don't have to make heavily edited videos. All right. Especially when you first start out. We all have to start out somewhere. It's best to keep it simple. Just focus on your strengths and then slowly work on your weaknesses. And then once you get to a point where you feel very comfortable with every video that you make, then go ahead and start focusing on the editing. And don't be afraid to try something new. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And this could really go for any genre of YouTube video. I mean, look at Zone 6 boxing. Zone 6, all he does, he has over 800 subscribers, and all he does is talk with a black screen. There's nothing wrong with that. His charisma and his ideals on the sport of boxing are enough to compel people to want to listen to him. I'm one of those people. I love when Zone 6 puts out another boxing video. I'm over here and I can't even talk right now. But then you have someone like Thunderdome Boxing Talk, who puts out videos that are typically a little over an hour, where he shows his face and he's talking about boxing. There's an audience for just about anything you could think of. If you don't believe me, there is a channel out there called How To Basic, which has a crap load of subscribers. And that channel is exactly what it's named. It's How To Basic. This dude has a video showing you how to open an umbrella. And that's it. Just the most basic things you could think of. And has just so many subscribers. So, you just basically have to find a feel for what you're good at. And then, like I said, slowly build on the things that improve on the things that you're not good at. And eventually you'll get to the point where doing YouTube is second nature. The last thing I want to say is, and this last part is actually going to be more of a warning, more of a word of advice. Pretty much everything I said up to this point is really having to do with anything you do on YouTube in general. Doesn't matter what kind of channel you have, whether it be boxing, whether it be makeup tutorials, video games, how to get pussy. It doesn't matter. Everything that I mentioned so far pretty much applies to any type of YouTube video you could think of making. But this last one could apply to other genres of YouTube video, but this is my boxing channel, and this definitely applies to boxing. All right. If you want to do face cam, there's nothing wrong with that. That's completely up to you. But don't feel compelled to do it just to do it, because really showing your face is not going to add anything to boxing talk. All right. Now, I have my reasons why I'm not going to show my face. And I'm actually going to go over that right now. The reason why I won't show my face is because YouTube to me is a hobby. I make absolutely no money on it. All right. Now, the reason why I don't show my face, it's not because I'm a coward. It's not because I'm a pussy. The real reason why I do not show my face, for the most part, is because despite what other people will tell you, YouTube can get you fired. Okay? Back when I used to watch Reef's videos, he's involved with a community called the Wood Grain Team. And somebody in that community lost their job simply because other people did not like his opinion. They found out where he worked and they got him fired. Now, he probably has a couple thousand subscribers, or maybe not even. I don't remember. But I do remember watching a video where he was talking about that it's a shame that he lost his job because people who don't like him on YouTube did that to him. It also has happened to the Hodge twins. If you don't know who the Hodge twins is, they have over 1 million subscribers. I've actually been watching them since they had like 25,000. So I was there from fairly early in their YouTube career. And they've gotten to the point now where they're actually going around doing comedy. Well, when they came to my hometown, I went and saw them. And they said the last job that they had, they got fired because of YouTube, because of the language that they were using, because of the subject matter that they were using. And the Hodge twins, if you haven't seen them, check them out. Hilarious channel. They basically do reaction videos. But they don't do reaction videos where they're watching a video and you watch them react. They react to mostly situations that are going on in the world. Sometimes it'll be to a video, but they don't show the video. Their videos are purely their reaction to the subject matter. And they also have an advice channel and they have a workout channel. But the last job that they had, their boss called them into the office separately, and they were like, these are your YouTube videos, right? And of course they said yes. It's kind of hard to deny because they show their faces in their video or in their videos, and they ended up getting fired. So because I make no money on YouTube and I have responsibilities, financial responsibilities that I have to account for, so I work a full-time job, I have to make sure that I don't put myself in a position where YouTube could cost me my job. That is the main reason. I have a couple other smaller reasons why I don't do it, but that is the main reason. It's not being a coward, it's just being smart. So that being said, we're not, when it comes to boxing, we're not doing, makeup tutorials. Now, if you're doing tutorials where you're showing how to box, then that's different. But if it's something it's not absolutely necessary, I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it, because it's not even absolutely necessary to do any editing. But I do it because I want to make things entertaining for y'all. I do it because it's fun for me. So that's just a little bit of word of warning. But if it's something that you want to do, just be smart about it. Be aware of the risks that are involved. You might want to, you definitely want to make sure that you're making some kind of money off of YouTube just in case something happens. You might want to set up a Patreon account, which is something that a lot of YouTubers do where, they don't just make money off of the revenue from their YouTube channel, but they make money off of the money that people donate to them directly on Patreon. So these are just some things that I want everybody to keep in mind. But definitely to Lou Da Vinci, because I've heard him mention editing and everything, and that is great. It's great that you want to improve your channel, and I am ecstatic that you decided to stay around. I just wanted to give you a little bit of my take on this. I mean, I'm not a huge channel by any means. I mean, about 250 subscribers over a year and a half. It is what it is. But those are some of the things that I would recommend. But to all our subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble upon this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
I am so authentic. I'm so authentic. They try to figure me out, but this is not a gimmick. Hi, hip hop. Don't act like you don't know me. We got the same mama. Don't you try to disown me. I'm just a mixed breed. Call me a day walker. Cause I walk in the sun, but at night I'm a stalker. If you looking for blood, come run in my lane. The vein never runs dry. There's plenty of it, man. I speak an ancient language. They don't understand me. It's called the truth. I break it down. They try to reprimand me. Miss Lorna, she spoke it. They tried to revoke her. They drove her crazy like Morgan Freeman did to Miss Daisy. I am not insane.